Hello, everyone. This is Nathan Bridges from Nathan's Nuggets in town with Minnesota commit Zach Evans. Thank you for joining me today.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
I'll start with my first question. How old are you when you started playing football?
I was in seventh grade, sixth grade. So I was like 13, 14, around that age.
So at 13 you started?
Yeah, 13, really. Yeah. When I started really taking it serious, before I was playing like flag football and stuff, but 13 was really when I started like playing contact and started taking it serious and everything.
And like you guys seriously like got into pads and everything.
Yeah.
Did you play any other sports?
So I played before I moved to Texas. I lived in St. Louis, and I was playing baseball and soccer were my main two, and then football was my third. When I moved down here, I stopped playing baseball, but I continued playing soccer and football, and those are my two big sports. And then I stopped playing soccer, and I started running track and playing football.
So baseball and soccer were like the ones you care about the most before you moved to Texas. And then like as you moved to Texas, it slowly transitioned into football and then track.
Yeah, really, because I mean, in St. Louis and Missouri, I mean, football isn't really its main sport. Baseball is baseball and soccer. So I mean, when I came down here, you see that football is really the main sport and what everybody takes serious. So that's how it was for me.
Texas is probably the state that loves football the most.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What would you say it's like playing high school football in Texas?
Well, it's different. It's definitely harder than any other state by far, I think. And the level of competition, you're gonna play any week throughout the season. You can play against a team that has 5 or 6 D1 athletes on there. So it's almost like gives you a small taste of what a small college level football could be.
So it's like good. It preps you. Like it gives you a small taste of what college football could be like, and like every week's a challenge.
Yeah, for sure. I think every week in and out. I mean, sometimes you look at a team and their record might be 0-4, but you never know what you're going to get because they could have those athletes that come out to make plays. I remember we played a team my sophomore year who was 0-4 in the preseason, and they came out and they beat us by 30. But then,
Wow.
so it's like you never know, especially with like the level of competition they go throughout each team. You get to play your first 4 games could be against the hardest teams in the state, and then you go into your district play and you're just killing teams. So I mean, it really all depends.
So it just depends, like any given day.
Yes, sir.
And like what's impressive, like in Texas, they're like all good like public schools. Because like out here, the really good ones, they're mainly
Private.
private schools.
Yeah, that's how it was in St. Louis. Even in St. Louis, a lot of the big, like really good football teams are all private. And then down here is everybody goes to public school. The private schools are kind of like the ones that not a lot of people pay attention to, but they love paying attention to the public schools out here.
All those public school powerhouses, like, and they're playing out of state games.
For sure. Yep.
What made you pick Minnesota?
I think the culture, and then just being able to play in the Big Ten and having that opportunity. And then with the culture aspect of it, I think that they're so family oriented, and Coach Fleck, he puts his players first. So it just felt like home.
So it felt like home. It was just family oriented, and the competition you get to play, like taking on teams like Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, all those schools.
Of course, those are the big games. I think when you go our first game this next year, I won't be playing in, but the upcoming season they open up against Ohio State at home, so it's like that's a big game. And then you play Penn State, and that's going to be even a bigger game. I think that just the Big Ten is one of the toughest conferences, and that'll definitely help when it comes to the next level. Be able to prepare myself.
Definitely, like you hope you get ready for like NFL.
Right, exactly.
Then like Penn State, like if you have playing like at Happy Valley, that's gonna be crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, that stadium when they all white, it's different. I mean, it's one of the craziest environments in the country. So I think that being able to move around and be able to play in those environments, it kind of humbles you, and then it allowed me to be able to focus and really work to see where I can get to the next level.
You'll be able to see a lot of guys who are going to the next level.
Exactly.
What do you think it'll be like playing for PJ Fleck, who is a great coach and has experience of going undefeated in the regular season?
I think that it'll be very fun. I think that Coach Fleck, as a person off the field, he's a great man. I think that his values are the same ones that my parents hold. So going into Minnesota, I'm not like scared or anything. I feel like I'm going to be walking into a good situation. I can't wait to play for Coach Fleck. It's going to be fun. I love the team that he has. I love the teammates that I'm going into. So I can't wait.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun, like going in with him. Like he's a great coach and all the teammates that you're ready for.
Yes, sir. I can't wait.
Now you guys row the boat.
For sure. Row the boat, Steve Ma.
That's always cool and they have like the oars.
Yeah, the oars. That was our big thing is we have 5 oars, and they talk about all our 5 pillars that the team stands by and row the boat, and how what that represents with the passing of his young son, and how he picked it up, and how as a team we use it. You have to row the boat. You have to keep going. You never stop.
That's really cool how he did it and just kept going, never stopped,
Yes, sir.
Magic how it's Sunday.
Exactly.
What are you most looking forward to at Minnesota?
Uh, Probably just to be able to get on the field and really get to feel the pace of a college atmosphere. I think that like being in high school for 4 years, you get kind of used to the pace of the game and just everything, and how if especially being like a top recruit, everything starts to really slow down and you feel like you're playing at a different level than some other kids. But I feel like at college level, you're surrounded by kids who've all felt that type of way. So y'all all can combine and talk about it. And now when y'all get on the field, it's a different pace, it's faster, people are stronger. So I can't really wait to get out there and be able to show what I can do at the next level.
So just the atmosphere, the whole game, like, because like you say, you're competing against kids like who are all like the same feeling as you, like all the best at their place, and now
Exactly.
you're all on one field, so to be able to experience like the pace of the game.
Yes, sir. Can't wait.
What are your goals for your senior season?
My goals, I want to have a 2,000 rushing yard season. I think that last year our season was cut short due to my injury, but I think that this year I want to at least go for 2,000. And if I don't go for 2,000, I want to go have at least 1,500 rushing yards and 500 passing, because I think that that's an aspect of my game that a lot of people haven't seen is my receiving out of the backfield. So I think that if I'm able to show that I can catch the ball at the backfield, that it'll really open the eyes to a lot of people in the world.
So you want to show like how you can be dynamic too, like they may not know your receiving game and have a big game like that, like some running backs like Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara.
Exactly. That's who I kind of model. I want to be one of those type of backs, one of those all-purpose backs where I don't have to be taken off the field when it's third down. I can be used in any aspect of the game.
They're fun to watch too. They can do it all.
Of course. Yeah, because you never know. I mean, Alvin Kamara, you can give him 10 carries, 50 yards, but give him 10 receptions, he'll have 120 receiving yards, and it's like you don't see that out of running backs anymore.
He does it all around, like punt returns.
Exactly.
Are you looking forward to the game against Southlake Carroll this year?
Oh yeah, I think that our whole team, and I think last year that we went in, felt like we could have beat them last year, honestly, because we went in and we gave up 21 in the first quarter quick, and I think that if we would have came in, calmed down, and known that we could play with a team like this, that we would have finished better last year. So I think going in this year, I think everyone knows that we have the talent to beat them. We have the toughness and the courage. So I think that going into it, that it's going to be a very good game, and we should come out on top.
So you're really looking forward to it. It's going to be a good game. And
I think I'm looking more into this game than Rockwall. And our Rockwall game that's our crosstown rivalry. But I think Southlake, for me, this is my biggest game of the year. That's the game I care about the most.
So even
really,
more.
There's a couple kids at Minnesota there's a receiver at Minnesota that he went to Southlake that I played against. And then I know Quinn and Landon Sampson. So both of them, I think we all talk. So it's a big competition coming up.
Definitely, like Quinn, you'll be seeing him again in college.
Exactly.
So this is like the before college.
For sure. It's the prelude.
The preview of what's to come.
Exactly.
How do you think it helps you having teammates who are also going D1?
I think it allows all of us to push each other. So when it comes to like, I know some kids at some schools are the only D1 athlete, and it's kind of hard for them to have someone push them because they're kind of better than all the competition at their school. But when you're seeing a kid that's committed to Baylor and your quarterback's committed to Indiana and a safety committed to South Carolina, and then our receiver Jay Fair, who's looking to commit tomorrow, it's crazy. I mean, I think everyone pushes each other to want to be better and to play at their best at all times.
So it helps a lot because like you're not just like the only D1 athlete where you're better than everyone else. It pushes you to get better.
For sure.
Like guys going like South Carolina, Baylor, Indiana.
Exactly.
D1. Who's your favorite football player?
Favorite football player of all time? I gotta say Cam Chancellor. I'm a Seahawks fan, and I loved watching the Legion of Boom when they had Cam Chancellor, Jeremy Lanes, Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Bobby Wagner. That defense was different. So I think that he's definitely my favorite player.
So Cam Chancellor's and cheer Seahawks fan.
Oh yes, sir.
Oh man, I'm a 49er fan.
Oh no, not the 49ers, man. Not the
That
Niners.
Legion of Boom team, they annoyed me so much because they were always dominating.
Yeah, that team, I miss them so much. The 2014 team was different.
I remember I was mad. I mean, I was only in first grade, but when Richard Sherman tipped it,
Oh man, that was a crazy game. I remember that one.
do you try to model your game after anyone?
I mean, I don't know if I try to like model it after anyone, but I do take aspects out of like a couple running backs. I really like Antonio Gibson, who's a running back for the Redskins. I really like the way he plays, but I like the way he runs downhill, and he's fast. And I like Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, Chris Carson, Saquon. I think every back in the league right now, you can take a little bit something from. And if you try to and then put it in one person, that's what I'm trying to do right now. Just take a piece out of someone else's game and try to implement it into mine.
It's like you look at small pieces of some of the top running backs, and I can
Right.
implement it into yours.
Exactly. Like when you look at Alvin Kamara, he has really good balance. So I try to focus on my balance. He can take a hit. I mean, remember that one play where he got a screen, hurdled a dude, and then got hit midair. It takes a lot to be able to take a hit midair and come back down on your feet and balance. So I think that I try to take that from him. You have Antonio Gibson. He runs really low through the hole. So I try to embody that in my run game. So I think that just taking little pieces like that can always help me build myself.
It'll help you like make your game better all around.
Exactly.
How would you describe yourself off the field?
Off the field, I think I'm pretty laid back and chill. I don't really do much other than work out and just chill at the house. Really, if I'm not at home, I'm fishing or with my friends. I really don't do too much. I just try to focus on what can I do to get better every day.
So you just like to chill, like it, but like work on what you can do to get better each day.
Yeah, and I love playing video games. That's my thing. I love video games.
Me too, and fishing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like fishing.
Yeah.
I haven't caught anything in a while though, so.
Oh yeah, I went fishing last week, and it's so hot down here and humid that all the fish like to school to the middle and sink down deep. So it's like, it's like hard unless you have a John boat or a little boat that you can take out there in the middle and try to drop bait in. You're not going to catch a lot.
I've never really fished from a boat.
Yeah, it's harder. To me, it's harder because you're not as stable. So if you get a big fish on, when you want to use your body, you really can't because you don't want to tip your boat. So it's really just arm strength and being able to pull and really just knowing how the fish is going to move.
So it's tougher from a boat. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is it mainly bass in Texas?
So mainly largemouth bass and crappie, stuff like that. I mean, we're freshwater fish because, I mean, in Texas, unless you're going to the Gulf and down south, you're not really going to see any ocean water fish, but a lot of freshwater. So largemouth. We don't get that many smallmouth, which is funny because when I was in Minnesota for my official, we went fishing up there and they have a lot of smallmouth bass, but down here we have a lot of largemouth. So it was like weird kind of seeing the difference between the fish.
Like the difference between the two bass, like the smallmouth and largemouth. Exactly. I mean, they catch trout.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We go to Colorado and trout fish and for salmon and some more stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, in California, that's where they get the trout.
Yeah.
Then the last question I have is for fun. You get to take any 3 NFL players to dinner. They can be past or present. Who are you taking?
I think that I would take Cam Chancellor one. I would take lastly, I think second one I take is probably Russell Wilson. I think that probably top quarterback for me. I love that man. He's great. And then third, probably Bo Jackson. Just because he was a different athlete, and to be able to play baseball and football at the same time and do what he did in both sports is crazy.
He was crazy athlete. Like he ran up the wall in baseball.
Exactly, and then get on the football field and do the same thing is crazy.
He won the Heisman.
Run the Heisman. I think honorable mention got to be Reggie Bush because I want to hear about the story, what happened with his Heisman. I want to hear his side of the story, what happened with his Heisman and why they took it.
I
And
mean, I'm biased, so I don't think they should have taken it, but
yeah, I don't
my
think they
dad,
should have taken it.
my dad went to USC and like he saw the games and he saw when Reggie Bush ran the one field and then he stopped and ran it to the other side against Fresno State.
Yeah, that was a great game, man. I watch his film all the time. I love. He was so elusive. It was different.
He was. And just like Cam Chancellor and Russell Wilson, yeah, like they experienced the Super Bowl.
Yeah, together. So I think that'd be cool to talk to them about, and then just throw a running back in there because you always want to learn from another running back who's been through there and been able to see his and has made it to the level and been able to excel at the level that I want to get to.
Like he knows it and he can like give you advice.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. Thank you for taking the time to join me today. Those are all the questions I have.
No, anytime, man. Thank you for having me on here.
Anytime. It was fun.
Yeah. Yes, sir. For